Back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking. We're going to get into a video, this topic of conversation again. This is by Haley Comet, Whizbit on Haley Comet. Again, if Brandon was in the car, he doesn't need to ring Ayub about Brad next day, but I agree, same night, Jay went missing. I'm going to be honest with you, I did listen to Mama D, brilliant channel, but I'm not 100% sure that this was actually the same day that Jay went missing, that actually Brad jumped out of the car because he thought something was going to happen to Jay. One thing we haven't really got a time span on this. When Abe said that he was in the car, basically with Jay, and basically Brad got out. Although obviously Haley Comet was listening to this information through someone who that had been in touch with Ayub and had been on the phone with Ayub for quite a bit of time as well. Let's get straight into this.
Ayub had an hour and 35-minute phone conversation with somebody that he had met online, and that was recorded, and I was played the whole conversation. I can't put out that recording, although I re-listened to it a minute ago to get my information again. I can't put that out because it would put a male in a lot of danger, so I can't do that. I'm just going to go through everything I want to say because I'm nervous and I want to get it all out. And anyone who's missed anything, The Observer UK is in here, and she will have it on her YouTube channel either late tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, because I'm not going to repeat myself, because otherwise everything falls apart. So I have actually spoke to this male and described the night that Jay had gone missing. And he spoke about how they were all in a car. Lucy, Brad, Jay, and Brandon. I.e. there wasn't room in that car for Rocky as well, which is why Rocky has always been asleep the whole time, because I don't think he was in that car. At one point while they were driving back through the tunnel, Brad, who got an eerie feeling, decided to get out of the car and asked to go toilet in the tunnel. He could not go toilet in the tunnel because he had taken so much ketamine. So Lucy is shouting, and this is Ayub's word, Lucy's shouting to get back in the car. Brandon's telling them we're going to drive off without him. He's not getting back in the car. And he said, so we've left him. Okay? Then I hear from someone who is Brad's friend, who says the exact same story, but he tells me that Brad had a funny feeling that something was going to happen that night, so refused to get back in the car. He pretended he couldn't pee, and then he ran back to Los Cristianos. So there's Ayub saying, yeah, no, that didn't happen. Brad did get out of the car. Like, he was just going to wait, and we weren't waiting. And I thought, why wouldn't you wait for him? Why wouldn't you wait for him? If he was just stopping to pee, unless you were on your way to do something, or you'd already started doing something to Jay in the car, why do you need to race off? And Brad's just like, nah, I felt everything was weird in that car. I ain't getting back in it. So we then hear that Jay goes up to Damascus Mountain. That's always struck me as odd, right? Because I had come to Tenerife very quickly with apparently Rocky. What I have never mentioned is it wasn't just Rocky. There was 3 of them that arrived at the airport that day. It was Rocky, it was Ayub, and it was LK, also known as Stabber. It's his nickname. And they were all in the car at the airport. So where did that guy go? Unless 2 of them were up at the Airbnb waiting, and I went to pick up his friends, Lucy, Brandon. So everything I'm telling you, the family do know. Yes.
Interesting stuff there. Don't forget, Ayub did say something happened the night before, and when he was laughing on one of his lives with Rocky, which was pretty weird. I do think there was, there had to be too much going on for this to happen, as well as Jay rolling out a club between, say, anything between 1 and 2, and the incident on the beach. That just doesn't make sense to me. There's a possibility this could have happened the night before, and they got away, and they went back to the they went back to the club scene thinking that they would sort the debt out, which I think Brandon owed Ayub. But like I said, Jay was a part of that too. So one of them had to take the rap for something going missing or for a rug debt. This is what I think. I honestly can put a time. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Streamliners and public. I don't know when this actually happened. There's a possibility it did happen, but I don't. It could be Ayub spinning another lie again. Let's look at some of the messages. Seems Luggy may be trying to tell people who got rid of Jay, and Brad knows it. Yeah, Luggy's dropping Ayub in it while looking like he's defending him. LK lives out them ways. Someone says LK lives out them ways. That's interesting. And Dubai, but what is, and people should chat names on conspiracy. Should say Ayub doesn't need to ring Brandon about Brad, IMO. The only reason Brad is alive is because Jay isn't, and he knows it. Very, very true. That's a really, really good point. That was part one, people. I just want to move on to part two. Thank you. The more I think about it, people, this is part two. I don't honestly think Rocky was there at that time. He might have been in Tenerife a couple of days after Ayub. That's a possibility. But like I said, I just don't think that he was there at that time and he was the cover guy for someone else. I think that there were definitely some enforcers involved in Jay Slater's disappearance. But for some reason, why I'm suspicious about the tunnel incident, I think there's many times that I think Brandon had been to the Airbnb before, because I think it's a narco headquarters. Do I think that it happened the same night as Jay's went missing? I don't. I just got it. It just, what happened to him in the club? The way he was in the club. And then the beach incident. I don't think Jay was alive a lot longer than that, to be honest with you. So this could have been the previous night where they might have escaped. They might have escaped, or they might have got away. And Ayub said, look, we'll catch up with him tomorrow. That's a massive possibility. Or you sort her out, Brandon. This is what I think at the end of the day, because like I said, if we look at what Ayub's saying, what time would you say this was? We haven't got a time. And like I said, there's too much going on for Jay to be collapsing at the club than all this going on. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Then Jay running off. I just think that this is basically a story that Ayub's brought into it to make out that something else has happened to buy time. This is what I think. Let me know what you think, people. Let me just play the video because I think this is quite important. And obviously we know that basically Rocky was a alibi.
Where you left it? Kyle was already asleep. Well, no, he asked me for the charger, but his mate, well, my mate was sleeping. Rocky, like, I don't even have to say.
Yeah, I was sleeping.
You're here now, like.
Well,
I mean,
lit that night. I got drunk. I was sleeping in the car. Who was lit?
outside
From my
outside, bro.
What?
Oh shit! On the sofa where you left it. Kyle was someone already asleep. Well, no, he asked me for the charger, but his mate, well, my mate was sleeping. Rocky, like, I don't even have to say.
Yeah, I was sleeping.
You're here now, like.
I was lit that night.
So I was just going through some of that again and watching the hand movements of Ayub and Rocky. At the end of the day, it's like they're sometimes speaking another language with their hands and stuff like that. But I think it's really, really disgusting how basically they can laugh about it like it's a little bit of fun. I really do believe that basically Rocky was brought in to make this narrative look a little bit better. Someone says in the chat, Ayub said that they didn't drink that night though. Does anyone know what the whispering says? It sounds like a foreign, just around about 24 to 26 seconds. Interesting stuff. Ayub came across genuine soon as with his mate, he starts to slip up when he said his mate. Yeah, I agree. I think his mate was Brandon. This is why I think Brandon is kept out of it, because I do think that at the end of the day, he was there. What happened to Jay Slater at the end of the day? And like I said, he could have been looking for Jay the night before and caught up with him. And this is why they were looking in on Jay getting wrecked on Ruggs. That would make more sense to me, is that they bide some time and thought, we'll get him hammered and we'll get him out of there. And then, you know, in their minds, they think if we plan it, at the end of the day, if he did run off the first time and that they caught up with him at the end of the day, they must maybe, wasn't the scene by Bins police turned up? Maybe, like I said, that they didn't want to basically hot the area or police following them or CCTV cameras actually seeing them that night. And maybe they bought their time until the next night and thought, oh, we'll get him then. That's a massive possibility, people. I mean, I respect other people's theories, but I think this tunnel incident, I think there's too much going on, as well as what happened to Jay at the club. I just don't think it was personally the same day. Let me know what you think, people, or give me a timeline of, you know, when you think this tunnel incident happened. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, because I think this is... I think we've got to find the real truth. This is, you know, this is really, really important. Thank you.